JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys, please remember to like, subscribe and share the video. And in the news, taxi operator killed in Hanover. A taxi operator was shot and killed at his home in Sandy Bay, Montpelier in Hanover on Tuesday night. He has been identified as St. Brian Downey, otherwise called Cuban. The police state that Downey was at his home when he was ambushed and shot multiple times by armed men. The police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Downey was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Sandy Bay and Lucy police have commenced an investigation into the killing. One man dead, another injured in St. Andrew shooting. A man has been confirmed dead and another injured following a shooting on Linders Close in St. Andrew Tuesday evening. The deceased has been identified as Akeem Duaney, otherwise called Esco, a mechanic from the area. Reports indicate that a lone gunman entered an automobile repair shop around 5 p.m. and opened fire, causing people to run for cover. When the chaos subsided, the two men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were rushed to hospital, where Duaney's death was confirmed. According to a police source, the shooting is connected to a double murder that happened on Sunday morning in Arnett Gardens. It is believed that Duaney was the target of Tuesday's shooting. The St. Andrew Central Police are investigating. Man dies after being hit in the head with stone in Junction. A man succumbed to injuries after being hit in the head with a stone, allegedly by a man believed to be of unsound mind in Junction, St. Elizabeth, on Tuesday. Police named the deceased as Rupert Cunningham, 62, a resident of Watson Hill, near Downs, close to the Manchester-St. Elizabeth border. A police report said about 4:50 p.m., Cunningham was attacked by the other man who used a stone to inflict wounds to his head. A large crowd converged at the scene in the Junction Town Centre following the incident. Cunningham was pronounced dead at hospital. This latest incident is the fourth murder of the past 4 days in St. Elizabeth. On Tuesday morning, Damar Green, 30, otherwise called Patra, a welder and resident of Speculation District, was gunned down on the Cambridge Main Road. Police said about 5 a.m., residents reported hearing loud explosions. Green's body was then found with gunshot wounds. On Sunday night, Ron Essen, 37, a businessman and a resident of New Holland, was shot dead in his community. On Sunday night, Ron Essen, 37, a businessman and a resident of New Holland, was shot dead in his community. A police report said about 10 p.m., Essen left home to attend a party in the area. The police said about 5:30 a.m., passers-by stumbled on his body on a dirt road with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. On Friday night, Kerm Jones, 25, a chef and resident of Brigade Street in Black River, was gunned down. A police report said about 11:45 p.m., Jones was walking on Brigade Street when he was pounced upon by men traveling in a Toyota Axia motor car. The occupants alighted from the vehicle, and a man proceeded to open gunfire at Jones, who ran off. Jones was chased by the man who shot him. The man then escaped in the waiting motor vehicle. Citizens assisted Jones to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The series of incidents followed last week's jailbreak at the Black River Police Station lockup, where 8 high-risk inmates escaped. In response, the police high command transferred the parish's then police chief, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, to Area 5 headquarters. Deputy Superintendent Coleridge Minto assumed duties as the commander for St. Elizabeth. Portland taxi operator charged after allegedly trying to suffocate spouse. A taxi operator of Rural Hill in Portland was slapped with several charges after he reportedly attacked his common-law spouse and attempted to suffocate her with a pillow during incidents spanning 2 days. Roy Unstort, 37, has been charged with attempt to suffocate with intent to commit murder, assault occasioning bodily harm, malicious destruction of property, and simple larceny. The incidents of domestic violence reportedly occurred between Sunday, May 21, and Tuesday, May 23, 2023. Reports are that on Sunday, May 21, about 2:30 a.m., Stewart allegedly attacked his common-law spouse and pushed her into a concrete wall, causing injuries. He also reportedly destroyed her cell phone and laptop computer. In a bid to escape the abuse, the woman is said to have relocated to Johnson Mountain in St. Thomas. However, Stewart allegedly turned up at the home and attacked her again. This time, he reportedly used a pillow and attempted to suffocate the woman. He is also accused or stealing the woman's debit cards and personal identification cards. A report was made to the police, and the steward was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being arranged. Trelawney carpenter slapped with human trafficking charges. 37-year-old Shamari Spencer, a carpenter from Wakefield in Trelawney, was slapped with human trafficking charges after he allegedly held a woman hostage in his home for almost a year. It is alleged that Spencer beat and threatened her with a gun so she couldn't leave, and took several men to the house to have sexual intercourse with the woman for payment. The incident occurred between March 2022 and February 2023. During a targeted operation within Wakefield, Spencer was arrested and subsequently charged on Tuesday, June 27. He is charged with human trafficking, false imprisonment, possession of a prohibited weapon, assault or common law, assault occasioning bodily harm, and benefiting from human trafficking. He is set to appear at the Clarkstown Parish Court on Wednesday, July 12. Missing Westmoreland firefighter found dead. Firefighters from the Westmoreland Division of the Jamaica Fire Brigade are expressing shock and disbelief at the gruesome discovery of the partially decomposed body of a colleague 3 days after he went missing. The body was found at a section of the Roaring River on Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as 57-year-old Curtius McIntosh, a fire corporal who resided at Logwood District in the parish. Superintendent Rudolph Seaton, commanding officer in charge of the Westmoreland Division, said they were hoping to find McIntosh alive and well. A lot of persons would have been distraught because this is not the news that we're expecting, Seaton said. We got a call from the police on Monday that he was reported missing, and we're hoping to hear some good news that they found him and that he was alive, Seaton shared. But that was not to be, because we got another call from the police on Tuesday that a car was found somewhere parked in the Roaring River area, and also that a body was found close by the river, and we were called to give some assistance. The fire superintendent said they were not expecting that the body would have been that of their colleague. It became even more burdensome knowing that it was one of our members and that we have to be the ones to assist in that recovery effort. He said the firefighters have been given counseling, a debriefing, and a pastor was also called in to support them as they grieve. McIntosh dedicated over 35 years of his life to the fire service until last year when he had an accident while carrying out his duties. The accident rendered him helpless for several months, and during that period, he lost a leg. Now we have some firefighters that have worked with him because he has given 33 years of service, but it is alleged that he responded to an emergency scene and stepped on a nail. And of course, he had some underlying medical conditions, so his foot became infected and he lost one of his legs, said Seaton. He also pointed out that the cause of McIntosh's death is not yet known. The Westmoreland police report that McIntosh was last seen at his home on Saturday morning, and a missing persons report was later filed at the Whitton police station by his wife. About 8 a.m. on Tuesday, McIntosh's motor vehicle was discovered in the vicinity of the Roaring River, and the police and fire department alerted. On their arrival at the scene, a search was carried out, and his body was later discovered entangled among bamboo in the river. It was just on Friday that we kept a function at the station and McIntosh was there. I remember at one point I saw him being cheerful and laughing while talking to the commissioner, a firefighter remarked. The police have launched an investigation. 17-year-old male among 3 charged for gun possession. The police have charged 3 males, including a 17-year-old, in connection with the seizure of an illegal gun on Strand Street, Montego Bay, St. James. The adults are 22-year-old Clive Lawson, otherwise called Greedy, of Catherine Mountain, Montego Bay, and 50-year-old Richard Curlew, otherwise called Trooper, a taxi operator of Clark Street in Mount Salem. All 3 are charged with unauthorized possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The incident happened on Friday, June 23. A report from the Montego Bay police is that about 6:30 p.m., Lawson was seen acting in a manner that aroused the suspicion of the police. He proceeded to enter a taxi and the vehicle was stopped and searched by the police. They said the search yielded a single-action Browning 9mm pistol along with 9 9mm rounds of ammunition. All 3 persons were taken into custody. They were charged on Monday, June 26, following a question and answer session with their respective attorneys. Their court date is being finalized. Teen charged after confessing to chopping elderly man to death. A 19-year-old has been charged after he turned himself in and confessed to the murder of an elderly man who was chopped to death in Barnstaple in Stewarttown, Trelawney. The deceased has been identified as 77-year-old Hewitt Clark of a Barnstaple address in the parish. Charged is 19-year-old Giovanni Robinson, a labourer, also of the Barnstaple community. Police said the incident occurred between Friday, June 23 and Saturday, June 24. Reports are that about 6 p.m. on Saturday, Clark was found by community members in his pickup truck parked in the front of his yard. He was motionless and his body had chop wounds. The police were summoned, and upon arrival, Clark was seen in the right front passenger seat with multiple slashes to his hands, chin and chest. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. On Sunday, June 25, 2023, Robinson turned himself into the police where he admitted that he chopped Clark to death with a machete. He was charged on Tuesday following an interview. Woman succumbs following two-vehicle crash in St. Elizabeth. A woman succumbed at hospital 4 days after she sustained injuries in a two-vehicle crash on the Longwood Main Road near Santa Cruz in St. Elizabeth. Police named the woman as Beryl Robinson, 51, a resident of Newmarket in the parish. A police report said that on Friday, about 2:30 p.m., two vehicles, a Toyota Fielder and a Toyota Noah, which operated as a taxi, collided on the Longwood Main Road. Police said Robinson was a passenger in the Toyota Fielder. She sustained injuries and was taken to hospital where she died on Tuesday. Police said the driver of the Toyota Fielder is facing charges. He will be charged with causing death by dangerous driving. He was initially charged for careless driving causing a collision, said a police source. More Jamaica Eye cameras to be installed in downtown Kingston. The national surveillance system, Jamaica Eye, will be bolstered in the coming months with the installation of more closed-circuit television, CCTV cameras in the downtown Kingston area. Currently, we have projects in train for a large expansion across the downtown business district, said Emil Holgate, Senior Director with responsibility for a major technology transformation at the Ministry of National Security. I won't go into too much detail about the exact area, but it's in the very near future that our presence will be established in the general downtown business district, as well as specified or targeted areas within the St. Andrew South Police Division, he noted. Jamaica Eye is a network of CCTV cameras across the island that monitor public spaces and assist the authorities in responding to incidents of crime, accident or disaster. Launched in 2018 with about 180 cameras, the system now boasts just over 850 devices. The ministry has set an ambitious target of installing approximately 200 to 300 cameras each year. Earlier this month, the Ministry of National Security confirmed that a cyber incident affected access to the Jamaica Eye website. According to the ministry, there was no compromise to video footage or evidence recorded by the Jamaica Eye cameras. Holgate informed the surveillance system is present in the townships of Maypen, Mandeville, Santa Cruz, Black River, Negril, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Catherine. The plan currently being worked on is to try and have another 3,000 cameras installed by 2027. So that's 3 years worth of installation. It's an ambitious plan to install about 1,000 cameras starting the financial year 2024-25 through 2027. We want to establish a presence in all major townships across the island, pushing us upwards of about 4,000 cameras, which will be one of the highest amounts in the region, Holgate added. He said people report that they feel secure knowing that the Jamaica Eye network is in their town centre. The buying of the uptake from the citizenry has been equally exciting. People are excited to see the cameras being installed. There's also an increased perception of safety and actual safety. When persons see the devices in their space, they appreciate the fact that we're expanding the capacity of the JCF to make their space safer, Holgate stated. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.